I live in Michigan. It's a long journey from Michigan to Vermont. I have this camp that I go to every year called Zeno Mountain Farm. It's a place that is like amazing opportunity for me. I had so much fun at Zeno. It's one of the best place that I ever had in my life. Some of these people here comes from every place, like France, England, California, Boston, New York, all those kind of things. And it's really special because I don't meet people like that before. And the friends that I have in Michigan, they are jealous because I've been coming up here so many times.
I couldn't wait to move out of the house. I think I was ready in high school, and yet when it finally happened, I started calling my mother every single day. What does it take to be ready? What does it even mean? Lucy just knew it too. One day, she just told her parents, "I'm ready. Let's do this." It took preparation to live on her own, to build a life through work, school, and community programs. And as a young woman with Down syndrome, she reflects on all of that. On friendship and solitude, on love and heartbreak, on what independence looks like with the right support. I'm Léa Hirschfeld, and this is Out of Sync, exploring life through disability, one story at a time. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Transcripts are on YouTube. Time to grab a cup of your favorite drink and enjoy the story.
I have some friends at home. They're really close. I get a chance to hang out with them, play with them. But some of them, they're so busy, like with jobs. Their schedules are really busy, so I don't get a chance to spend time with all my friends in Michigan. But that's okay because I got used to it. They have their own lives that they have to take care of, but that's fine. I can be by myself if I want to.
What kind of jobs do they have?
One of them works at a farm, and then some of the jobs are like food-wise, like grocery stores or stores that has food in it. So other things that
Do you have a job?
I do. Yes, my job is at a grocery store, a local grocery store in Michigan. I live in this small town called Sentence Bay, Michigan, and their store is called Hanson's.
What do you do?
I help with a lot of facing, sweeping, dusting, and I mostly help with bagging. Bagging is a really, really big thing. It has been a couple years I've been there.
Do you live close to your job?
Yes. Hanson's is like right in my backyard of my apartment.
Do you live on your own?
I do, yes. I live on my own now. I moved out of my parents' place, which is nice. And because now I don't have to share a bathroom or anything. Or feel like I am getting involved with anything or be in any kind of drama. Yeah.
How old are you?
I am now 24.
How did you decide that it was the right time for you to move out of the house?
I came up to my mom and dad and I just like said to them, I think it's time for me to move out. I kind of decided it for myself. Some people love to be in their parents' house for a long time. Some people live until like their 30s or 40s, and that's fine too. But some of my friends, they don't live with parents, and I just decided that I think it's time for me to do the same. So I took action to what I needed to say.
It's a big event.
Well, at first I got nervous and then I felt excited at the same time. So I think what really prepared myself is like, now it's time to work on the skills that I have, like cleaning after myself and like cooking by myself and like things like that, like chores by myself. And then I got I got there and I knew what I was gonna do.
And how's your everyday life?
So to be honest, I have a really busy schedule. Um, I work at my paid job at Hanson's 2 days a week. I work Thursdays and Saturdays. And I got a gym membership for Christmas. And so I have a gym that I go to every day. And I work out with a friend of mine. Then I volunteer at a job that is my dream job, and that is working with children. So I go and do this little school called Lena Montessori, and they read to me and I read to them. I bake muffins for the classes and for the staff and things like that. I'm also in a special program called ACE. It means Adult Community Experience in the town called Traverse City, Michigan. And I'm still in school, which means I've been using my skills and my goals. So I get up at like 5:30 in the morning and come home around 2:30 in the afternoon, which is a nice long day that I get a chance to spend. So ACE is kind of like Zeno. So it's all ages and all with and without disabilities. We have Down syndrome. We also have autism, people who are deaf. We have people who can't walk, can't talk, Williams syndrome kind of stuff too. And they basically work on daily life skills. And we cook and we go out shopping. We um
And what brought you there yourself?
so I have Down syndrome, which means I go there for my daily living and be more independent kind of thing. I was in the first class before you graduate from your high school. That class actually helps you and they actually tell you where you're supposed to go and help you and stay there to guide you, which means all of us has to learn to use our beta skills, and we walk, we use city stuff. I use beta.
What's beta?
Beta is a bus that you take around town. I walk from my place to like a stop, and what you do is like you kind of use that bus to go around Sun's Bay or go around Traverse City. Beta is just like a nickname for the bus.
Okay. It's where you kind of, the skills that you learn there are super complementary with living on your own.
Yes.
Can you invite people over?
Yes. Yes, I can. I can invite friends over. I can also do a party over at my place too. But we all have to take care of my home. We have to clean up after ourselves. So if you're a person that wants to go and hang out with me and have a little party at my place, you need to know how to clean up after yourself. Also, I have this thing called CLS. It's someone who comes into your home, check in on me and things like that. So we kind of cook together, we shop together, we do a lot of daily life kind of stuff.
How often does he come?
Mostly like 3 days a week, I think. So I've been doing that a lot too, and I had a boyfriend. His name is Max. He and I were friends for a long time, a really long time. Um, he knew me since I was born, so he was 3 years old at the time. And what's really hard is like he and I were dating for almost like 3 years. This November was our 4th year anniversary. And once we got serious, his mom made him to break up with me. And that was a mess. That was hard and heartbreaking for both me and Max. Um, he was a mess after, and I was a mess after too. And everything all happened. And I had my first heartbreak, which is not fun. um, I loved him more than anything, but I just now I'm kind of moving on with my life, and now I'm single, and I want to get out there again. I want someone to love me again.
Why do you think his mother made him break up with you?
I don't know what the reason is, but I think it's probably because she was overprotective or had some kind of experience with her life. I don't know. Max is 32 years old. I'm not going to speak for him, but he is his own adult and he can make his decisions for himself. Right now, his mom didn't want us together, but his dad was so happy and really thought that we could be together. Like, they loved us as a couple.
When you say that you guys were getting more serious, what do you mean? Did you want to move in together?
So once we get into our 4th year, we want to move in or do adult stuff that we want to do together.
And that's where she came in and she said, no.
Yeah. As a couple, we didn't get a chance to be alone. My mom and dad was so happy for us to be together, and his dad was so happy for us together. And they want us to be alone sometimes to be able to do that. And his mom never let us to be alone as like a normal couple
Where did you see each other?
in town. Um, we talk on the phone. We see each other with social stuff like activities that are in Traverse City, like a dance or a party or something like that, that we get a chance to see each other. Sometimes he comes into Sun's Bay and we go across with each other or something. His friends are also my friends, so he's been spending some time with that as well.
And so what you're saying is that you spent a lot of time together, but you never got time alone to be intimate.
Yeah,
Did you miss that?
I do, yes. And I really miss him. At first, we had a really bad argument before the new year. We didn't talk to each other for so long. And so he finally called me on New Year's Day and we had a really nice chat. And now we're becoming friends still. Now he wants to be friends again, but it doesn't feel the same. Like, I want to be friends with him more than anything, but sometimes I just want to be his girlfriend again. I don't know how he feels about all that. So, what really happened is like he feels like he wants more independence. He loved hanging out with me, so he has this kind of past that his mom has. in high school, he did a lot of bad things. He was more like a bad boy in high school, and he did a bad thing. But I think it's Max's choice. It's his body and it's his life. Just because he has Down syndrome, it doesn't mean someone can like do that to him or like put the past against him.
What do you think she's afraid of?
I think the boundaries and the how intimate we are. I haven't like thought of her own words, but I do know, of course, Max wants her in her life and um talk to her and things like that. I really do. I really want him to have a mom to be there for him and support him and things like that.
Do you think that she's afraid that you could get pregnant or stuff like that? Has she ever talked about that?
I don't know. I think that's part of it. I haven't heard anyone with Down syndrome that have a kid. So, um, I don't know what people with Down syndrome should do, should not. Um, I've I looked, I did some research about Down syndrome, see if people with Down syndrome could have a kid, and it said that no, we can't have a kid together. It's an option for us, but I don't think he wants that responsibility and or my responsibility. And plus we both don't have cars and stuff, so I don't think we're ready to have a child. If we do have a child, then we gotta be prepared for that. So
How do you envision the future?
um well, in the future I just want a house or a home by myself with a girlfriend or a boyfriend, or get married, have a kid or a child, and have a job, a dream job, and things like that. And come to camp every year.
Tell me more about camp. When did you start coming?
Boy. I've been here for a very long time. Maybe 12 or in my teenage years. Hop on a plane and go somewhere. I just loved that. That's like one of the biggest things for me. It's like hop on a plane and do something with someone that lives far, far away from you and reunite with people that you haven't seen for a very, very long time. And I think for Zeno, it's just something that is a special part of my life. And I think it's probably because from the first time that I met Camp Mike, the Camp Zeno, everyone is so kind and so nice and so generous and helpful, and I enjoyed them. I enjoyed their laughs, jokes. I play with them. Sometimes we do chores, and that's fine. That's part of life. And just being at Zeno, seeing people's faces and be able to hug them and snuggle with them and enjoy life with them, kind of thing. At home, I don't often do that. I am just by myself mostly, and some of my friends, they have jobs and they're busy, and I'm just by myself looking at walls every day, and I need to be more social. So
Do you feel lonely at home?
sometimes, but not all the time. I love being by myself. It's just sometimes I would rather be in Vermont hanging out with friends or something.
How is this place different from everything you know?
Here is like more like seeing mountains and the view, and same with like friends. I don't only like see friends, but at home I only like see people walking, people talking. There's not much to do.
What do you like doing?
Going out to dinner with a friend, or go to a party, or go over to a friend's house, or have a sleepover, or hang out in the city. I love cities a lot. Even though that I'm a country girl, I love cities. Um,
Where you live is more rural?
yeah.
Yeah.
Where I live is more like country, and seeing people busy at work and stuff, that's fine. The only time that I get out of the house is the time with my CLS and the time at work. At work, gym, and CLS. That's the only thing that I get out of the house.
Can you tell me a little bit about your childhood?
I grew up in a small town called Cedar, and that's where my parents live. My parents and my sister. I grew up on a farm, which is really nice. My neighbor, her name is Jessie, and she is a horseback rider. We used to have horses and pigs and cows and chickens.
Are your parents farmers?
Um, I think they are. I don't know, but my parents also have jobs. So there's farm projects that we do as a family. So,
And why did you want to move out of the farm?
well, some of the kids at the farm, they're now like out of the houses now. They don't live with parents. um, as kids, we play on the farm, invite friends over, and we just like play. As we get older, it's time to move on with our lives. And by doing that, we gotta figure out what the next chapter in our life is. I need to be with people who are the same age as me.
How was school?
As a kid, I loved being in school. We did a lot of recess and outside before lunch, and we played and played and played on the playground. We love winter, so winter is really big in Michigan. We go sledding. We do a lot outside, and once we get into middle school, it got hard sometimes because of the classes. Sometimes the school that I go to is very small, and I was the only one person who has Down syndrome in that school. So there's not really people that I relate or a searching group that I hang out in. Um, there's all people with no such thing of Down syndrome. And so I got bullied my whole high school and middle school life. I got bullied a lot because of my disability, because of Down syndrome and how short I am, kind of thing. It doesn't feel nice or unkind, to be honest. It just feels bad about yourself.
Could you find some help?
Yeah, there's like a social worker or someone in the office that we can go to, or a teacher. But sometimes it got worse sometimes. That's what happens. There's a lot of rumors about Down syndrome. There's some people saying things like, I hate someone with Down syndrome. I I hate that word. I don't like that. Something with hate and Down syndrome at the same sentence. That makes it harsh. And sometimes family members can do that to you too when they were younger. um, Nobody understands what Down syndrome means sometimes.
How would you explain it?
Down syndrome is you can't change it. You can't change it at all because you were born with it more than anything. So you kind of live it mostly every single day of your life. I can't change the fact that I do have Down syndrome, and sometimes it's rough. And
How does it affect your life? Do you feel different?
I do feel different, yeah. It just feels harder. It makes me feel uncomfortable, and it makes me feel mad, angry. It gets inside my skin and it pulls me up all the time. I hate it when people like says a lot of rumors about you that is not true. Like teenagers, for example, if they say like people with Down syndrome is uncool or something, or they shouldn't live because of Down syndrome or something, or saying like a mean joke or anything like that, or pulling a prank that causes you to feel bad for yourself, kind of thing.
Were you ever able to speak up?
I try to. But every time I do, sometimes they bring me down. When you speak up for yourself, it's a lot harder because sometimes people has a different response to what you say and what you speak up for. You can't say that. That's not nice to say. And then they attack you with other words. And sometimes I talk about it with my friends. At the people at ACE, they're there for you and they're helping you out. So if you want to talk to someone, you can talk to your teacher or talk to a friend or something like that. I also sometimes share it with Zeno as well, and they have some different advices and words, which is nice to hear. Zeno's a safe place to talk, to be able to open up, speak more. I don't speak openly with my parents. I only speak openly with my camp family or friends or my teachers or my friends at ACE and things like that, or my coworkers.
Are you close with your siblings?
Yes. I'm close with my biological brother. I'm also somewhat close to my teenage sister. My brother's name is Clayton, and my sister's name is Tamina. And my sister Tamina, she's not my biological sister. She's adopted. She's from India, New Delhi, India. We got her when she was 2, and it was really nice to be able to have her and have her in my life. I enjoy that. I love her more than anything. But now she's driving, which makes me very nervous.
Your
Because,
baby sister.
yeah,
And are you close with your brother? I know he lives in Vermont,
yes.
where we are now.
He just turned 30. He is local here in Vermont, but they're new in this community. And I have a sister in law as well, and her name is Katie. They have a dog. His name is Oslo. And now I'm going to be an aunt soon.
It must be very exciting.
I'm very excited.
When I invited you to talk on this podcast, did you think about subjects that you really wanted to bring up?
Yes, all this was all in my mind right now. So, like, I was sleeping last night and this morning about life and just enjoying my life, being part of a ski camp that is really big for me right now. And let's just say, I hope everyone is well. And I am happy to talk with you today. It was good.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm really happy we got this time together too. It was great.
Hey, my name is Lucy Queen. This is my life update from Michigan. I have been doing a lot of volunteer jobs lately, and one of them is my program called Five Loaves to Fish. Mainly, we've been feeding a lot of people who can't afford any meals. And so it's a nice little program. I volunteer with my CLS worker, and in the kitchen we bake cookies and help package meals. Sometimes I help build pizza boxes. I love being in the kitchen. I love dealing with food. I just enjoyed it a lot. I also volunteer at a public school called Léa Montessori, and I do that every Friday mornings from like 8:30 a.m. to about 11:15 a.m. I work with kids in the classrooms, and I help water plants and shovel snow, sweep outside, go outside for recess, and be there when the kids actually need me, or for safety rise and making sure that the kids are safe. That's the main thing that I want to make sure on. I also read to kids. I read to kids in the classrooms, and that's very nice to do. Now, I want to mention that I have a new boyfriend. His name is Josh, and we've been dating for almost a year already, which is very, very nice to mention in this. I became an aunt, and being an aunt is very new to me. And so I'm really excited to be able to hang out with my niece and nephew and play with them. And once they're younger years, I can just spend time with them and talk with them and play with them. But once they get older, they probably are do other things and probably not gonna hang out with me as much. That's part of life, basically. And I want to mention that my two best friends, one best friend and I, been best friends since preschool. On Wednesdays, she comes over, and she and I just kind of like cook meals or go get dinner and sit down and watch TV while having meals, and sometimes we have girl talk. And it's really a nice thing to have every Wednesday night. She comes over from 6:30 p.m. to about 9 p.m. And so it's really nice to get a chance to see my best friend for a very long time. I have another best friend. Her name is Amelia, but she lives in Utah, Salt City, Utah. And I've been calling her sometimes and checking on her. And my other life update is I've been in my best friend Emma's wedding. I was her bridesmaid, and it was just a really neat thing that I have done. And I've been just doing exactly like that. And life happens, and I still work at Hanson's. Oh, and I also want to mention that I do this thing called Taekwondo. There's a center called Friendship Center, and that's where I walk to every Tuesday and Thursday evenings. I've been living independently by myself, and I do chores around my apartment. I live on my own. I make meals for my dinners, and I went out to lunch today with a childhood friend. She lives on the farm in a small town called Cedar, Michigan, where my parents live. So Laura has been with me today, and we went out to lunch, and it was just a wonderful afternoon to do that. Yeah, so that's what my life is here at Michigan. I love being an aunt. My parents are up there right now. I'm going to be out there for an extra day to spend some time with my niece and nephew, and then I'm going to go up to ski camp. Enjoy my time with my Zeno folks and folks that I haven't seen for a long time. And so, yeah, this is my life. Thank you for listening.
You've been listening to Out of Sync, exploring life through disability one story at a time. New episodes drop every Tuesday. Transcripts are available on YouTube, and French language stories on Decali, Decales. I'm Léa Hirschfeld. Thanks for listening.